Hello and welcome back everyone to the Quake World Championship qualifier. We're on the European side on the third week of the qualifiers. We've just had a pretty ridiculous game.
Bizarre.
But it's just
UK gaming.
I feel like I was never here. I'm not sure where to go with that, or I don't know what happened in that game. But we've got an interesting matchup next. We've got UK's Hell going up versus Pikawa. Let's do this. Let's go UK represent. He's tried to qualify twice already. He's got to the round of 16 twice already. He's played against Cooler. He has played against Sturmy.
Yep.
And has failed miserably on both occasions.
Again, is that really a miserable failure?
No, it's true. I'm overstating it a little bit, but I'm trying to like get some encouragement, some hype in here a bit.
Don't bring the attitude down.
Sorry. Okay. Hell, he fought valiantly
Thank you.
at the gates of Blood Covenant and so on and so forth, where he suffered. He still got slightly battered.
But then again, Pikawa last week lost again Victor. How do you say that? Victor. There we go. Victor.
Yes.
Who in itself is not a failure, because I watched that match and I was massively impressed with the way he played.
Victor's a good player, and he's been playing really well with some of the online cups as well. Yeah. And in the first qualifier, he was the person that actually knocked out Kilson.
You're right. German
Thank
on
you
German.
for confirming my correct. I know I'm right. You don't need to tell me this.
I don't always trust you.
Yeah, the fact that he's now in the round of 16 at the moment, again, for the second time, so he didn't make it the first time as far as I remember, he has got a chance. However...
He lost to Claws in the first.
No, he lost before the round of 16 in the first one. I don't believe that, that's wrong.
This is why I don't trust you.
Hell, though, I think he can finally do it, and I don't want to take anything away from Pikawa. He's a guy who's been growing phenomenally in Quake Champions. He was good already in Quake Live, and he's been getting better and better and better, and he's been increasingly more active. But Hell, he's my homeboy.
You're not Welsh?
Pardon?
You're not Welsh?
I lived 500 meters from Wales. I'm almost Welsh.
That's why I don't trust you. But Hell is... No, Hell's a great player. He's got massive levels of competitive experience. And he has some comfort heroes that draw from that experience, such as Slash. I mean, obviously it hasn't worked to the way he would want it to.
I will not be surprised if he doesn't pick Slash, though.
Sure, but it's an option that he was very, very good at in the past. And again, with Blood Run back in the pool, his by far his home map. He's got a great rail. He doesn't like the lightning gun apparently. But I mean, a lot of the features of Quake Champions again suits his playstyle. His
rail is unbelievable, actually. And yeah, as you say, a lot of competitive experience. He was very high up in the Quake 4 scene, what, 10 years ago or so?
It was a long time ago.
More than that.
But that stays with you.
Yeah.
And that he's definitely showing that experience now. That he's a natural jeweler. So I'm excited to see him back.
Yeah, and he's qualified, of course, with his Maestro team, with Garpy, with Hypno, and with Vu.
With Vu,
and
Garpy and Vu already qualified for the duel.
That's it. Hypno, I don't know, has been making his efforts yet, really, with the duel too much. He might have played some of the early qualifiers, but he's definitely hoping to be qualified for the duel as well, and he's been working his socks off in order to get there. Hell, he's been going for the Ranger, and the Nyx, we've got Blaskovitz, and we've got Nyx on Pikawa's side.
Taking his time for the last pick. Don't normally see this.
Visor. Interesting. And from Pikawa's side,
weighing it up with
maybe with a clutch. It wouldn't surprise me if he was.
I don't think he's a clutch player.
Neither player are going to be picking clutch on Corrupted Key. We're going to get a Scale Bearer at the end there for Pikawa. I do predict Hell to win the series. I don't know about the maps. I'm not 100% sure.
I think it will be close, actually.
I think it will be.
I think it will be close, and again, I would probably lean with Hell as well.
I know he's going to kick himself. He's a very emotional player as well. I think it might have been you telling me about it as well, and he can get infuriated. If he was playing against Break, I would feel sorry for his mouse, his keyboard, anyone who lives with him.
But if he gets on top, he's got a great momentum behind him. And I reckon he can take the series convincingly if he does get off to a good start that he needs.
Yeah, he had a game versus Pechka on Thursday as well, where he looked a little bit uncertain as to whether he's even going to qualify, just because he couldn't close out the first map, and that ended up going into Petrik's way. He just wasn't hitting his shots. Fortunately for him, he got into his stride and started looking amazing from there on in. But I feel like we might... That's why I'm worried about the first map. I think Hell might need to warm into it a little bit.
I agree, and I would say probably of all the maps in the pool, Corrupted Keep is the weakest for Hell.
But we'll see how this goes, as we're 10 seconds into this match between Hell and Pikawa. And from Hell's perspective first, on the Ranger is where we're starting. A nice little information rocket just there from Pikawa.
Yeah, and it's already a much quieter affair than we saw all series previously.
It's true, we've had more silence in these first 30 seconds than we've had for the entirety of the series between Bus Driver X and Break.
You're completely right.
Now, that was actually a close instance on the Mega. I was absolutely pretty certain that Pikawa was going to get some rocket damage, but just somehow nothing connected in that instance. And just missing each other there.
Nice from Hell. Taking the high ground again, as we said time ago, it's probably the safest position to be on a defensive level.
He hasn't spotted him at all. That is the Ghost Walk. And a bit of a surprise for him. And that is going to maybe complicate things moving over to the armor, and I think Pikawa should be able to claim both. Oh no, he doesn't want to walk in. Not a fan of taking any unnecessary rocket damage.
No, I'm ignore that.
Wow.
Okay. Great play by Pikawa. I was about to say I was actually quite happy with that move because Hell knew the Ghost was on cooldown and that he could bully his way in. But Pikawa stayed away and took a great position and just caught Hell off guard.
And Hell was just using the Ghost Walk just then to maneuver himself from the Lightning Gun area. And here we're going to have a counter. This could be a little bit dangerous. Not too much damage though in the end.
Yeah. Hell thought it was too good to be true that nobody was there and smelt that something was up.
It's always just patience on this side between the two of them. Pikawa wanting...
It's a very calculated duel at the moment, yeah.
Yeah, with the Nyx versus Nyx. It can be one extreme or another almost. In terms of just the speed that you'll get between the two of them. A bit of a gap between the two big items. Hell is going to hope to get this next armor. Well, won't get it. It's been sent through the teleporter. Bit of return fire though from Hell. And I can't see Hell's health ball. I think he had 1 HP after that.
It was there. It was very small, yeah.
Well, it's going to go down regardless here in this this first round for the second time. With just the visor to work with.
Pikawa looking solid.
Yeah, very good start for him.
Using the piercing sight, so just play safe.
Yeah, he's not using the piercing sight as an aggressive thing when... oh wow, there's rockets, 21 health left, and no piercing sight now means it's going to be hard to track him immediately. So we need a good read from Hell to know exactly where he's coming, and I think there's going to be a bit of hesitation. Pikawa's stuck over here.
No.
How is he surviving? Hell!
Oh.
There we go! Redemption.
Sneaky. Well, Hell's on the board, which is, I guess, a start, but BJ's out now.
That's true. We have got a massive stack, though, on Visor.
And he is very tanky.
He just needs to hit that first shot. If he goes into a fight with Pikawa when he's got the dual wield out already and hasn't done any initial damage, he can probably expect to fail. He has to go in with the early damage.
He can also reserve the piercing sight a bit more now because he doesn't have to be afraid of Ghost Walk. Sometimes you want to use it preemptively if you have no idea where the Nyx is because she might be on top of you. But now you definitely know where he's going to be most of the time, so you can reserve that and use it when you're looking to get an objective, essentially.
And he's just used it there. He's zoned him out, managed to get onto it. He had the early damage, 2 good rockets. He's got to be very careful of that dual wield because actually Pikawa's being remarkably accurate with it. But there it is. We're down to 1 champion each. It is Scalebearer who is going to be going versus Hell's Visor. Need that machine gun out, do some extra damage. Has to be careful. The Mega is up, but that damn it! All of a sudden, Pikawa just found.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't a bull rush. He found a rocket shot that just absolutely hammered him. Very accurate, actually. I was not expecting that to land.
It's a difficult spot to be, that lightning area. You can get trapped so easily, and Pikawa took full advantage of poor positioning.
Hell saw the Mega was up as well, and I think his eyes just kind of got really big and got a little greedy and maybe sacrificed a little bit of positioning for it. Pikawa on the rockets early. We've got 2 Ghost Walks. So both players have got the rockets here.
Yep. So Hell switching it up and starting with the Nyx this time. I think it was a Ranger. Sorry. He began with previously.
Both players pretty weak, and I think we're going to get an exchange on the items.
Yeah. More than happy to do that when you're both weak. No one's going to commit to give away a champion for no reason.
Hell definitely on the weak. Got the short end of the stick though. He does need some small armors before he can really have confidence to go in anywhere. He'll get one of them, and now it's time to think. Okay, how do I want to set up for an item? How do I want to approach the next fight with Pikawa? Do I even want to approach this, the next possible fight? Mega up. He is going to go for it. 45 damage though, and armor's going to be up shortly. He might try and cut him off, but there's no way he's going to be able to make anything happen from that. LG, Ghost Walk used in the nick of time.
Yeah, they were quite...
Wow, he's got one more cell of lightning and he would have gone down just then.
1 HP. It was a really delayed reaction from Hell, to be fair. As soon as he even got touched by a slither of damage, he should have been on that button.
Right, he's going to almost go down again, and somehow Hell finds the frag from below the grate. Now that was a pretty important move. We were not expecting the fight to turn around like that. I thought that was the last thing that was going to happen.
That's the thing, you know.
Yeah, I like that. The grate is useful, but you just don't expect it to get the finishing blow at all.
Nice, Pikawa's taking the high ground. Really nice.
Right, with this Ghost Walk up, this would be a nice counter to any dual wield possibilities, and he decides to pop it maybe a little prematurely, but it's tough to tell whether that rocket was going to land or not. If so, it was a good shout. He's got to get away from this dual wield now. He hasn't got anything going for himself regarding abilities, but he pushes him off of the edge.
Ouch. Being bounced around like a ping pong ball. But it doesn't matter, he hits direct.
Yeah, those direct rockets, that will do the job for him. And it looks like Hell growing into this round a little bit more now. I feel, despite him being 2 frags up, I don't necessarily feel that he's been in the lead in terms of control and the way he's played, though.
I completely agree. Pikawa has taken the game to Hell, but Hell, with a little bit of luck, has been able to find the rockets he needs to maintain his life, essentially.
I mean, it's just slightly like superior combat skills.
Not really. It's just Hell's generally been in a good position, which means he's punishing Pikawa for slightly over-aggressive and overzealous moves. But he has got very fortunate at times.
Yeah, so Hell, he can be a little careful with 1:45. The clock might soon start being on his mind.
Yeah, it's one of those maps where I really think until like almost the last 30 seconds, the clock never really enters your mind. It is quite difficult to keep on top of how long you've got left at times. Sometimes people forget, so... But I don't think Hell's winding it down yet. He's just playing safe because he knows he's up against a highly stacked champion with a lot more health and armor than he is.
And there we did just see a kind of a random bull rush trying to just get some information from Pikawa was.
It's those type of moves there where Pikawa took essentially 100 damage with his own rocket dump that keeps him back, because Hell's positioning is always very good, making sure that Pikawa's taking that damage.
I think he spent enough time on this part of the map that he's actually become an official resident. He's just been here constantly. He is going to be using the Ghost Walk, and he's finally going to leave.
He has no idea of mega timing, so that's why he's not going into the room. He doesn't want to get out of a bad position.
Yeah, he's back home. And
yeah, so now he's actually, you're completely right, he's been running on the clock since 3 minutes. It's a very risky tactic, but he does have 2 champions to play with.
Oh, that rocket was critically important. No, he's chosen the wrong route, and that is going to be Pikawa chasing him down. He's still got another champion, though.
And Pikawa's still relatively healthy.
The range has been selected for this.
But there's no way he can go back for the Mega.
10 seconds.
Time.
Yeah, rocket jump, that's the only way he's going to get close enough. He is going to find him. We've got the die orb. He's going to actually go through in the end, and that is going to save him.
I thought that die orb expired.
Yeah, he went straight through, past the doorway, and into the midsection of the map. And I think it felt like an age.
The last possible moment he could have pressed the button.
Well, fair play to Hell, he did survive. Little bit sour though, using a hyper defensive Nyx in order to make that work for him. Okay, that's some massive damage there from Hell.
We've said this actually every time Corrupted keeps on. That rocket launcher zone from the top, from the first spawn, let's say, is a death zone.
Yeah.
If you're not on the mega side, it's highly unlikely you ever get there first.
Yeah, it's almost always where the fight starts. So really, you just have to be very, very calculated and assume that you might not actually get the rocket right at the beginning of the map. And finding another rocket, Hell is all over Pikawa now.
Yeah, there's no reason why he shouldn't be going super aggressive. Oh, he's still got no weapons, so there
what?
We go.
Oh, he's looking for the double air rocket. Didn't quite find it, but he will finish the job on the ground. And that is 2-on. What a quick... That was sub 1 minute, surely.
I think it was like 50 seconds.
Wow, okay.
I mean, that was the second mega, so...
Yeah. Insane. Fair enough. We're going to the next round. We're back on Hell, of course. And can he make that happen once more?
Once again.
Oh, okay. And he had the mega side. It kind of seems to sort of flip and reverse. He had the mega side on this occasion, and he was slower getting to the rocket.
Yeah, I think it's because he went for the lightning on first, whereas if you go straight for the rocket, you can get there first.
10 seconds still till he can use the Ghost Walk. He's not willing to go over to those hourglasses. There might be some down on the bottom level. No, taken already. Hell can afford to chill.
So after
a little bit.
The failed experiment, Pikawa's back to Nyx.
It didn't work out well for before. Oh, that follow-up rocket almost did him wonders. Did he just spot him over there?
I think he heard something, but wasn't confident. He could rocket jump up and follow though, but doesn't want to.
It's just a little bit slow. He will know the timing. He's following through the wrong area. Interesting choice of route from Pikawa.
That's nice play by Hal. Does he want to take the jump pad because he didn't know where Pikawa was?
Both players getting very similar damage rockets on each other.
Pikawa did that, by the way. But yeah.
It seems a bit of a stalemate.
It is. Again, Nyx on Nyx, this can happen.
Kind of just feeling each other out to see who's going to break that routine first.
Hell's #1 priority in duel is just maintaining safety, which is completely the right place, right thing to do. So he's always in the better position, really, to get these items and not take damage, despite taking a full rocket to the face.
Yeah, he didn't feel threatened, though, to use the Ghost Walk itself. They might run into each other at the moment. Bit of lava damage. Oh, Hell almost falling off the map completely. And he is going to go back towards the teleporter to try and find any kind of bits of health. Towards the defensive rocket. Ghost Walk has been used. Both bubbles.
Okay.
There's desperation. He was just so unsure. So many different things could have been happening just then. I'm not sure, though, if doing kind of 40 to 50 damage to yourself to rocket jump is a good idea as a Nyx.
He thought, before this fight breaks out, he thought Pikawa was chasing and Ghost Walk, which was right, but I guess he predicted he had rocket out and wanted to get away. Pikawa had the right weapon.
Yeah, Pikawa definitely prepared for that that chase, and is looking good to potentially. Oh, as Hell recognized, he would have seen a little blue trail of smoke. 9 health left, and it is going to be Hell tying up the champion scoreline a bit. Both Nyxes now eliminated, and now Mega taken as well. So Hell looking very, very good. And I like that he's going over to the rocket launcher to try block off any path over here.
But it is obviously Blazkowicz, so he has to be extremely wary of the dual wield. Hell playing very slow. Great
Perfect
opening rocket.
Wow. Okay, that was just completely KO'd.
Doesn't have to be that wary of it apparently, because
yeah, that dual wield did nothing for.
no. But then
for him.
Hell's doing what we mentioned earlier. He's protecting that rocket launcher.
Whoa.
This has to be.
This could be it. This could be the round for Hell. Sorry, the map even. He just needs to get this frag on Scale Bearer. Pikawa's got 60 seconds where he needs to get things into his favor, health-wise, armor-wise, just aggression-wise.
Yeah, I think Hell wants to go for the kill now.
He wants. He'll definitely want to finish it, but he's going to be looking at the time and thinking,
Yeah.
how can I cut down the clock? He's got piercing sight. He uses that for information quite rapidly too.
Because Pikawa was there, he wanted to get in while he was weak. Now he's got a little bit of chance to stock up. There's no way Hell was going to be pushing out. But I think Pikawa, after his previous experience, will know where he is.
Interesting jump there by Pikawa. Oh, they're going to meet by the health ball. This is actually a huge move by Pikawa and makes the frag work. That aggression through the Tribolt area worked excellently for him, and maybe just a slight misread from Hell.
Really
the run's not over yet.
Hell camped there at the exact same spot when he previously ran the clock down, and Pikawa just charged straight for it.
Yeah, I think maybe just a read on the player a bit too precise.
Yeah, but this is what I mean about playing not to lose instead of playing to win. You're always leaving yourself vulnerable because Pikawa had the stack, he knew the position, and Hell's always on the run.
Do you think Hell should be a bit more creative in the way that he did escape, or I mean, what would have been better?
It's not the escape; it's that he just leaves the map, and if he just did a little bit of damage on the Mega and stuff like that, then Pikawa's not in a position to chase so aggressively.
I think he felt the clock was so close. I can see where it's coming from, but absolutely, he gave everything away, full resources. And now, fortunately for him, he's kept his mind on the timings and is able to stay within the game a little bit.
Yeah, but this is obviously a highly important frag.
Whoa, the rocket's coming in. Dire does do a bit of damage. Who's going to be able to take out this frag? It is going to be, holy crap, Pikawa getting that just in the end. And I think a very deserved round for Pikawa. He had his mind 100% in that game all the way.
He does. Hell's been on the back foot almost the entire series so far. And Pikawa that time had adapted a little bit more, but I think Hell just going a little bit defensive too early.
Well, they are going to meet each other. That's going to be one big item going in favor of Hell, but he's not going to step back at all. He'll take the lightning gun, and Pikawa is going to be getting that armor instead. And I think Hell used the Ghost Walk too.
Yeah, they both used it now.
Problem is for Hell is that Pikawa already took a whole bunch of hourglasses, and he's taken a whole bunch more. He is going to have his Ghost Walk up very soon, and this sets it up in a good position to make a really aggressive move right now. And I like this. This is very good from him. There's got to be a frag for him. He doesn't quite make it. Is there return fire from Hell? No, he's hiding in the health areas.
You're right. That was a really great play. Just unlucky that last rocket didn't do that much damage.
No way. And you think when you hear the opponent is in the same room as you and you're trying to make that jump happen, you probably should save your movement tricks for a little bit later.
The jewel's been used to secure the rocket launcher. I'm fine with that.
Interesting. There's just a couple of seconds to go. Oh, he's going to find it, but he's not going to be able to take the armor in time. But he doesn't have to worry about the dual wield, at least for the time being. It's basically just about holding position and making sure Blazkowicz isn't going to get in your face or deal unruly amounts of damage.
As always with the Nyx, without the Ghost Walk up, you need to be slightly careful.
It's just got a couple of seconds left. Whoa, be careful doing a little bit of self-damage. And he's going to medicate on some of the smaller items on the map. But that is Blazkowicz that's taken a Mega and a big armor.
Don't think Hell knows it's been taken yet.
I think he's going to see it. He's surely going to have a guess. And this is something that where he faltered against Cooler in his first round of 16 game in the first qualifier. His timing just wasn't quite on. And it's something he's been trying to fix since then. And it's really the first time I've noticed this match so far that his timing could probably...
No way.
Whoa.
Pikawa rocket jumped up to hit Hell off. That was spectacular.
Hell is living on the edge right now.
Yeah, he's not on any major items. He's not particularly aware of when they're spawning. And as such a squishy champion, he really needs to try and get on something.
The one thing he's got going for him is that he's a frag. Oh, that... Wow, I can't believe it. That rocket sent Pikawa into the skies and gave him that perfect angle on the teleporter exit. Hell now, onto his second champion. We're going to be getting Ranger versus Blazkowicz.
That was just a great read. Pikawa actually rocket jumped.
No, he didn't rocket jump. That was the rocket of Hell that sent him up.
It looked like in the X-ray he was rocket jumping.
Maybe it was a combination of the two. I don't know.
It was, either way, it was either luck or a great read, or both.
You know, you make your own luck sometimes.
True.
And targeting that teleporter exit was definitely the best thing for him to do.
Maybe Hell can feel a bit more confident with a bigger stack on a champion like Ranger, because he's just not got any presence on the map. Pikawa's really in his stride.
I really hope that Hell is conscious of the item timings. I know that's going to be something that's going to affect him a lot and really dictate where he should be standing on the map in order to make any attack or know what the hell he's supposed to do next. And he's not hearing the items getting taken.
That's one of the main problems. He's not in position.
Dual wield rockets at the moment. Hell is going to take that frag just in the nick of time with 20 health.
Because with all due respect to Hell, the majority...
Oh, no way!
He's been rushed. The majority of frags he has got have been a little bit fortunate and very much on the back foot. He's quite literally living on the edge.
Yeah. And he's got 15 seconds to rest while Bull Rush spawns again. And again, it's Pikawa who's just got the absolute fluency in terms of item timings and map control. I feel like the only way Hell can win this map is just through better combat skills. And it's not impossible. Oh no, he went down, he went into the Bull Rush, and he's just floated into the air. Pikawa is going to be taking the first map. Hell, he is going to regret hard dropping there to Mega. And that would have been one of the first items he'd seen in quite a while.
Yeah, I mean, the loss was very self-inflicted. Pikawa obviously did a good job with what he was playing with, but Hell didn't do enough to make his presence on the map felt. He took good positions, but it was always on the defense.
Yeah.
He never took the initiative to Pikawa.
And it was the earlier round where he was just hiding for ages and ages and ages.
That was what cost him that particular series, because he needed to go a little bit more on the initiative and just do some damage. Even if it's like machine gun from range, it could be 30-40 damage, but that limits the potential of Pikawa to go aggressive on him. And if he's going to go, he's going to get punished even harder. Yeah.
I do know that Hell will be picking now, though. We imagine it'll be Blood Run, don't we?
I would say Blood Run.
And he is very strong there. This is where he really came alive in one of the last series that he played against Pechka in the Thursday qualifier. Honestly, at the moment, this is all the signs pointing towards a very typical game from Hell, where he is in a pressured scenario and there is something on the line. He usually wakes up at around this point, but Pikawa is kind of an upgrade from the Pechka situation. Yes. Pikawa's very strong, very stable.
If I was Pikawa and I was looking at the way Hell was playing, I would think I need to pick more of these tanky champions. If I'm getting free items and I need to make the most of that stack and just trade with Hell. If you can do that, you're always going to whittle him away because he's always going to be on the back foot once again, and you can just keep him in his zone.
Yeah.
But Hell is, if there's anyone, there's very few players in the world that can play this map as smoothly as someone like Hell. So when he is in his flow, he's very hard to stop, very hard to track down.
He does definitely need to look into the timings and not... He just can't lose track of that, really.
It is Blood Run, so yeah.
Absolutely. As I think expected for us, Ranger gone first for Hell. We've got Ranger for Pikawa. I imagine we'll be getting a sort of Nyx plus star.
I think Pikawa's, yeah.
Alright, so mirrored each other for the time being. It's a question of what do they want. Do they want to spin a curveball in it? Do they want to do something a bit crazy? I'm not sure if Hell would go for it. No, he's going actually for the same as before. They're taking a lot of time to pick exactly the same champions.
It's very true. Is it going to be the scale bearer though?
It's kind of weighing up how they want to do it. It is going to be the scale bearer in the end. I think they're kind of weighing up is this optimal? Is this something? And at the end of the day, they're thinking, what do I feel comfortable playing?
It's the first matchup of the day where we've seen the full length of time being taken for a number of the champions, and that again shows to me exactly what you're saying, is that they really are thinking, okay, I have these two options, what's the cons and benefits?
Yeah.
It's people thinking about the game in more detail.
I think they definitely know the composition that works best for them at the end of the day, and they're thinking, it's really a balance between what do I feel most comfortable with and what is a normal guide, handwritten counter to what you would traditionally get. And but at the end of the day, can you play that counter?
And it's about what is my opponent doing and what champion fits that situation. So there are many things going on actually into the thinking, and the majority of the time it's, yes, this is what I am comfortable in playing, and as long as you're in your comfort zone, then that's probably when you're going to play your best Quake.
And well, I think from our side, we did quite a good job at not being too biased. I think we've been all right. We've been slightly a bit. It's been hard to avoid.
So. Come on, Hal.
UK represent. We will make the world of esports proud one day.
One day.
Oh, okay. Watching Pikawa off the beginning. His dire orb was a little bit off, but maybe it was trying to catch him on the off angle. Either way, the chaos is going to subside, and that is going to find Pikawa in the lead off the start.
That was quite simply, as you say, chaos. Just all-round chaos.
Yeah, Hell dropping, though, in that fight. I mean, he had a bit of a chance to get out of there properly, but decided he wanted to go in and fully commit. Not sure how I feel about that, but he is going to get that armor as Nyx, and he's going to be able to reset his mind a little bit from that. Hell looking for some defensive rockets. Is he thinking of going in a little bit aggressive? He's not available quite at this stage. Interesting. Oh, that rail shot though. Hell is going to be fairly weak from that. He is going to be able to get health bubbles and armor up at the top, and he's hoping that he can challenge for that armor as both items spawn at the same time. That was a pretty huge shot there from Hell.
That was critical.
This could be good. Found him with one rocket, and the follow-up is spot on. Those angles, he made it look a lot easier than that actually was.
Yeah, and prior to that, Pikawa was just spamming random rockets all around him. I thought it was predicting the Ghost Walk, and that was pretty much the one time he didn't predict.
Maybe he heard him up at the top? Because he landed a 100 damage rocket himself, Hell did. And an armor up. Mega surely going to be going for the Pikawa. Okay, nice. Perfect. We're seeing the rail now from Hell. We're seeing him make some use of it. And that's something that he's probably been looking forward to doing in this series.
But we can see him getting onto these items now. And it's all down to the fact that he knows how to play this map.
Yeah, he's definitely noticeably more comfortable. Scale Bearer though, Pikawa trying to get some presence on the map himself. He still needs to collect the weapons. He's got that rocket launcher. Hell looking to land shots here. Mega gone. Is Hell going to be able to get himself onto the armor? That rocket jump up, I'm not sure. He's just looking for damage, and yeah. I hope on this occasion we don't get that same passive play we saw on Corrupted Keep.
No, that was okay. Yes, Pikawa took a lot of damage, but he also took the resources away from Hell, and that's obviously critical when you are one of the lightweight champions. Nice. He's just hitting all the rails.
And he's forcing Pikawa away. There is going to be the red armor. Is there going to be a rocket jump over? I like this. Change in angle. Oh, just missing out on that. But evading the bull rush, and all Pikawa wants to do is just get away. Stop taking rails.
But again, now Hell's resorting to keeping away and just giving up item. He is able to do a lot more damage though because of that rail. So it's not as bad as it was on Corrupted Keep.
Oh, the rocket, perfectly timed. A follow-up, he even gets the rail afterwards, and he hits the final blow.
Incredible. See,
That was
it worked
majestic.
because he knows how to do it so effectively on Blood Run.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't really ever present on the items, but he was there to do damage, and that was the key difference between that map and the Corrupted Keep.
I thought it's kind of like slowing him down a lot, but I mean, as you say, I mean, I guess you hit the nail on the head, really. If you're able to do the damage on the items, you keep forcing them to go to the items, rinse and repeat.
Exactly. He also didn't use the lightning gun, I believe.
Yeah, barely any of that. Oh, hell, he's going to be dire orbing out of there. There is no armor to take. He's just trying to survive. Machine gun coming out. And that was a good little dodge. Pikawa will have pre-aimed right on the door angle.
Exactly.
And a great read. Oh, he hasn't got the rockets though, and that is a counter read, I think, there by Pikawa.
Oh.
Wow, okay. Both these players make it so confusing with this dire orb. And hell, unbelievable. Is he going to get the last shot? Not quite going to make it. And that would have been pretty ridiculous. He does need rails again. He does need LG. Just a little bit premature with that shot. And that was way too aggressive by Hal. He pushes right through there. Pikawa takes full advantage and is like, thank you. I will wrap up with that one.
It was aggressive, but at the same time, it was a judgment call, and Hal just missed everything.
Mm-hmm.
He should have got the frag, in all honesty.
All right, now Pikawa is picking up a second major item. He still needs the LG himself.
Oh, that was nice.
I do like this. There's a couple of moves on this map you can do. Using speed, going through the teleporter, teleporting to bounce pad by LG, and so on. There's some can strike confusion into the mind of your enemy. Excellent rail there, Pikawa.
But that's fine by Hal knowing when to get away.
He needs a small armor for himself to survive a little bit longer. And deny. Very nice, Pikawa.
Yeah, that was good.
No armor whatsoever, and he might even try to deny the next one. He just has to be careful with the major armor. And, in the end, Hell did find it. Something.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a stalemate because, again, Hell isn't committing. But Pikawa is fine with that, I think. He doesn't want to get into the rail battles, though, unless he doesn't seem to be trading as effectively as...
I think he wants to close the gap a little bit,
yeah,
but without being surprised.
But Hell, again, he knows all the tricks in the book when it comes to this map, so it's extremely difficult.
And Hal just breaking away. He is getting information. The problem I have for Hal at the moment, he's not really doing much chip damage at any point. Okay, rails like this, if you can get more of them, that's positive. But that, by and large, he's not really been that present on the damage.
No, and that was the difference between this map and the last map. The last map he was hitting a lot more, but Pikawa was going in a bit more recklessly. He's been more calculated. You think he's respecting Hell's rail now.
And that's very good by Pikawa, getting the entry damage, picking the fight at the right moment. Just Visor to go up against. Armor going to be taken by Hell. He's going to opportunistically do that. I think Pikawa's happy to just take the foot off the gas a little bit and say, right, I got what I wanted. I got a frag. I don't need to go too deep into this next part.
Exactly. Particularly when he had the use of the Visor ability, so...
And he might have to be a little bit careful now. So he's taking a lot of damage, and Hell does understand when the items are going to be spawning. He could just take full control of the map at the moment, and this is a critical point in the game with about 60 seconds left. Sure, Hell takes a rail, but with that Mega, he should be fine.
Very healthy, but he needs to get a frag quickly.
Because there's going to be a Nyx as well to go against too. He hits a little bit of damage, just then one rail, 18 health remaining. He needs to chase through the teleporter. He's not going for it.
Yeah, he needs to, but he can't afford to, because it really is his last champion, so...
Oh, this is great damage from Pikawa. He might be able to clean up this round at the moment. That is going to be 3 champions down. Pikawa had everything remaining. 1-1 here on map 2.
I think that is going to dent Hell's confidence quite dramatically.
He needs to get a better start on this next round if he wants to see any successes.
Yes.
Ranger versus Ranger. Pikawa, the early damage straight onto the armor. And that's a good job from him. I think Hell took that damage before the Mega was taken.
It looks like it from his health bar, yeah.
I think Hell will still need the rail gun, although it may have made a move across. I can't quite see at this stage. Okay, very aggressive there from Hell. The rockets!
Good.
How on earth did he just engineer that fight into his favor so much? That was astonishing. And the pummel coming out? Okay. Didn't realize Break V 2.0 was on its way.
Not as effective. But
No.
finally we're seeing Hell make a proactive move, and I am a big fan of that, because I just think being so passive, you're always on the back foot, just waiting for your opponent to make mistakes. Sometimes they don't.
Whoa. No, indeed. And Railable just there. If anything, he's almost getting too aggressive. But that Mega is going to be going to Pikawa. He's going to get himself onto the armor. Takes the damage after picking it up. What a combo, though. Just as if you thought he was on completely the back foot, on centimeters from death, he returns fire with just a super strong combo.
Yeah, and it's great. He was very greedy not using the orb, but it did fortunately pay off this time.
Alright, he has to break away from that. Has to be careful maybe on the teleport to exit. We are getting some maneuvers though from the scale bearer. I like that. Not committing to it. Cherishing his two champion advantage.
Yeah, now he's playing a bit safer. He knows that Pikawa needs to take the initiative, but at the same time there is 3 minutes remaining. So it's a long way to run if he wants to run.
Absolutely ages. And I think with the aggression we might see from Pikawa, we could be forced, well, he could be forced to make a move in terms of either getting the frag or probably getting fragged. These moves from Pikawa, what do you think of the, well, never mind about what you think about it.
I thought it was a little bit silly.
I was going to say, because something about Scale Bearer is that the build rush is up quite frequently. The cooldown's not that long at all, so you can use it a fair amount.
Sure. And
often use it to reposition, but you know, sometimes you don't want to be directly below your enemy.
No, I'm not sure what the game plan was there, but either way, Hell got the frag and is looking to tie up this series.
Oh, the timing there. Zooming out just as Pikawa was showing his face. Of course, if Hell does manage to take the series, then it will be on Pikawa to pick the final map between these two. Algae coming in, something that Hell is not playing with at the moment.
Yeah, I genuinely don't think he's used it. We saw the same thing at Sturmy. He just doesn't use that weapon.
Yeah, it's very unusual. Oh, it does do good damage. That rail would have taken him out. But Mega just clutched by Pikawa. Nope, LG would have spawned in a second, but doesn't want to waste the time with that rubbish.
Why do you use a lightning gun when you have a rail? I mean,
it is peculiar, though.
yeah. Each to their own.
Be careful on that one. 2 rails taken.
It's greedy again, very greedy.
There's going to be a health bubble up above, but he actually decides to dive across, and that's a very safe way of playing that bit out. However, I think Pikawa took a lot of things just a moment ago.
I don't think Hell's concerned. He plays without items anyways, we said time and time again. But all it means is that it makes his life a lot harder when he comes to fight him.
Pikawa might find him in a second. What? Watch out for that dire orb. And that is going to be Pikawa moving over to Mega. Might see him go through the teleporter once again. There it is. And Hell is actually going to make a move forward, looking for the rockets on the side. He's been weakened himself and he's gone for the rail. He switches weapon but loses time on it. And Pikawa, with the LG, is going to snatch the first kill in this 4th round.
That was a desperation rail. Unnecessary, really.
Oh, it's like a Ghost Walk just then. Dire Orb used by Pikawa. Still a little bit of damage taken from Hell, but he's now down to Visor only and at risk of giving us a tiebreaker round in 2nd map. He's being aggressive. It's as if he wants this round to be over. I think he did. I think he wants to reset.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case, but a little bit frustration, desperation, time was running out, and then he just got caught and had to commit.
We've got two different mental battles now between the two players. Hell, I mean, he's on the back foot. This would be the third time on the trot not qualifying right off the beginning. Hell being so aggressive.
The Mega as well.
He didn't get it?
No.
Unbelievable start, and Hell is not going to be happy about that. He is 2 champions from going down this series. He has to Ghost Walk. And he's just got to play phenomenally now if he wants to survive. Another rail could do him wonders. He hits it anyway, but there was 12 health to go. It is just Visor.
And Pikawa knows how close he is to clinching this series.
This is unreal.
What would be, I think, the first 2-0 of the day.
Now this would be pretty mad if Pikawa does get this, but this is where the game gets its hardest. He's got to have that mental fortitude to basically hold on for 4 minutes and 10 seconds or magic up that final frag. And this could be where Hell is at his strongest. But after what's happened, maybe I'm to think otherwise.
Hell, because he doesn't use the lightning gun, he always leaves himself vulnerable to return damage.
Uh-oh, this might be it at the moment. No.
Great rockets though.
Hell manages to get that frag with 25 HP remaining. But he's going against Nyx. And Nyx is going to be surely thinking about, how can I attack him? This blood pool. He's got to watch out though if that Ghost Walk is used. There is trouble to be had. Oh my god,
Nice.
And he gets the next frag as well! He's going versus a Scale Bearer. Can he force a spawn on that side? No. Unbelievable series of attacks. What's he going in there for?
Oh no.
What did he do that for? Why would you go forward in this stage?
I don't know, but that was a very strange decision.
That's
Back off and
don't have anything more than that. This was unusual.
Well, he did shake his mouse around a bit. I'm not sure he knew what he was doing really.
I hope he does. But 2 minutes in, a champion remaining for each player.
Nice.
There's a rail. Any extra damage he can get would help him out enormously. Does he want to brave that jump across?
Yes, I think he does.
Oh, he didn't quite go for it. But that blood pool, he needs to get something from that. The rail is going to land. Hell gambled for it. He went for the shot, and this was something that I was anxious about watching him. You just wanted to get that health back in the blood pool. And the comeback that he almost made on that round would have been immense. But he says, I played like a donkey, like a penguin.
A penguin.
Penguin. I just, you know,
A donkey.
whatever those stars cover up. It could be anything. Yeah, Pikawa. Fair play to him. Doing very well there. And I think we saw some aggravated mistakes and things like that from Hell.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we did say he was slightly emotional. Maybe that came through at the end. It was
gaming.
sloppy. It was sloppy, but I definitely think Hell needs to sit back and look at these type of games and say, what am I doing wrong? What can I change? I mean, it's up to him to use the lightning gun, but I think he leaves himself extremely vulnerable when he's pushing into those mid-range fights and he doesn't have that at his disposal. Because if he missed one rail...
It's like he's allergic to it. Why doesn't he not pick it up? I'm not really sure.
He's so comfortable with his rails.
3 times, Hell. 3 times you did not qualify after being in the round of 16. We haven't had to say that with anybody else.
No, and he's come up against good opponents. Today was by far the biggest chance, but I think today was the furthest away he has been as well.
He's just playing very. It was just unusually. This was one of the good frags actually from Hell. He had some good moments, but I feel like it was on the first map, as we've been through a few times already. It's from disadvantaged positions that he's managed to have very impressive combat skills, but he needs to make sure that he's actually in a good position to begin with.
It was that he was a lot more comfortable with his defensive play than his offensive play. Whenever he was making the initiative, he was almost inevitably really missing the opening rocket, and you just can't do that. If you're taking the initiative of someone, you have to hit the first shot. That's why it's aggression, and that's why it's a risk.
Yeah.
and I think 2 or 3 times he tried to take the initiative but just couldn't do it. But you look at all these frags, they're some really, really great play, but it's all on the back foot. And you're looking at how much damage he's notching up to actually get that kill. That was like 220 damage or something.
Maybe he's... because it's been a long time since he's really been competing in 1v1, and maybe he's just finding it quite difficult to get back into that sort of level of comfort that he would have been in before, because he's making some uncharacteristic mistakes. It's almost like he plays scared sometimes. He plays way overconfident afterwards, and he's trying to kind of gauge the level that he's looking for.
He's another one that's obviously playing a lot of sacrifice. I don't know how much duel he's playing, but with all the experience that he has, you would expect him to be a slight level above where he's at most point.
Yeah. I mean, I thought, I don't know if dead certain, because that kind of takes things away from Pikawa, and he's been playing really well, so I cannot take a single thing away from him, but just because us UK gamers, we stick together a bit in the Quake side. So I'll send him a sad message or something later on. I don't know, but you know what?
Sad emoji.
I know Pikawa streams as well.
Does he?
Yep, he streams quite frequently, often playing high-level duels, so I know you can catch him if you're looking down on the Twitch list at some point during the week. But guys, we're going to take a break. I think we're coming up with what could be one of the last games of the day for the European side. So do get a drink, and we'll be back in just a moment with the last match.